Okay, so we're diving into something pretty interesting today. It's all about finding the perfect gift for a student in your life. You know, that student who's always hidden the books and,
Hmm.
yeah, maybe fueled by a little too much caffeine. And our source today is saying the answer is, get this, a funny cat study concentration, quote, hoodie. I know it sounds kind of out there, but this deep dive is going to get pretty insightful, trust me.
I know, it's amazing, right? How like a simple hoodie can tell us so much about students.
Yeah, totally. I mean, at first glance, it's just a comfy hoodie. But when I really looked into this source, I realized there's a lot more to it. Like what we
Definitely.
can learn about how students think, you know?
Exactly. Let's talk about that comfort thing for a sec. This source talks about how much students love comfy clothes. And it's not just about being comfy, right?
Right.
There was this study, I think it was from UC, that found that comfy clothes actually make people less stressed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it turns out those soft fabrics, loose fits, they can actually like trigger this sense of calm.
Hmm.
And students, they really need that.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like they're finding comfort in their clothes, like it's an escape from all the craziness of being a student.
Exactly. And think about it. They're constantly under pressure. They got to succeed in their classes. And it just makes sense that they want to feel at ease.
Yeah, it's like their clothes become this way to cope, almost like a safe space.
Right.
But this hoodie, it's not just about comfort, right? It's got that quote on it. Girl, come on, concentrate, don't give up.
Right, right.
So it's like a message, but also funny, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like disguised as a meme almost. And we've all been there, right? Staring at a textbook, just trying to
Right.
focus.
Totally. Countless all-nighters, just trying to get through it all. But why cats, though? Is there like a connection between cats and studying or something?
Well, cats are like the mascot of the internet, right?
Yeah.
And students, they live online these days, so this cat, it connects to that whole online world.
True. It's like those memes about being overwhelmed with work, but with a cute cat, you know?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
It's relatable, it's funny, and it fits that whole student aesthetic. And
Definitely.
speaking of aesthetics, there's like a whole visual thing going on with students online. You
Yeah.
see those study YouTubers with their perfect desks and those notes on Instagram that go viral. It's like a whole subculture.
Yeah, it's like studying is an art form now.
Hmm.
But going back to the hoodie, the source mentions giving it for all kinds of occasions.
Yeah.
Birthdays, goodbyes, you name it. Is that really a thing? Is a hoodie that versatile?
It's not just about the hoodie itself, it's more about what it represents. It's about understanding what students go through, all the pressure and anxiety,
Yeah.
and giving them something that helps with that.
I see. So it's not just a gift. It's like a message. Hey, I get it, and I'm here for you kind of thing.
Exactly. It's about that message, especially for students who
Mhm.
are, going through all these changes.
Right. New environments, new challenges. And the source also talks about building a whole care package,
Yeah.
adding things like a journal, pens, even a coffee mug. So
Yeah.
it's like taking it a step further.
Right. It's about creating this whole experience for them. It's like giving them a toolkit to succeed.
Wow. So we went from a simple cat hoodie to talking about student psychology and gift giving. Who knew?
Yeah. And we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore about what makes a gift meaningful for a student.
Mm.
It's interesting. We don't always think about the meaning behind gifts. We just like try to find the right thing.
Yeah.
But we forget about how it makes the other person feel.
Yeah, that's so true. We get caught up in what's popular or what's useful, and we forget about the connection,
Right.
like connecting with the person we're giving the gift to.
Exactly. And for students, especially those new to college or living on their own, that connection is really important.
Yeah, definitely.
They're going through so much, a new world, new challenges, and a thoughtful gift can make a big difference.
It's like a reminder that they're not alone, right?
Yeah.
That someone's thinking of them. But what about gifts that aren't clothes? You know, the source mentions care packages. What else could go in those?
Well, remember that student aesthetic we talked about?
Yeah.
Those organized desks on Instagram and all that? What about a nice desk organizer? Or some fancy pens and highlighters?
Ooh, I like that. It's practical, but also stylish. And it fits with that whole online study thing.
Right. And it's not just about looking good. Studies show that a nice workspace can actually help people focus better.
So it's like a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got the study supplies covered, but what about stress relief? Being a student is super stressful, right?
Absolutely. And taking care of yourself is so important. The source mentioned relaxation stuff. What about a subscription to a meditation app?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like Headspace or Calm. It's like a portable stress reliever.
Yeah. Exactly.
Plus, meditation really works. There's so much research on how it helps with anxiety and focus.
Right.
It's not just about getting work done. It's about mental health. And it doesn't have to
Exactly.
be an app. A cozy blanket, some candles, a journal.
Yeah, those are great too.
It's about creating a space for them to relax and recharge.
Definitely.
Because surviving student life isn't just about studying. It's
Right.
about taking care of yourself, too.
But let's not forget about the social aspect. College is about making friends, having new experiences.
Yeah. Bro.
So what about a gift that connects to that?
Okay, so we're thinking about shared experiences now. What do you have in mind?
Hmm. Think about things that bring people together. Maybe a board game or a gift card to their favorite coffee shop for those late night study
Oh,
sessions,
yeah.
or even a streaming service subscription so they can watch movies with their
It's
friends.
all about those connections, right?
Exactly.
Helping them build a community and make memories. I'm seeing a pattern here. Each gift is like a piece of a bigger puzzle, creating a picture of support for the student.
That's a great way to put it. It's not just giving them stuff, it's about understanding their needs. Academic, emotional, social. It's like saying, we're here for you.
Yeah, that's powerful. So we've covered the practical stuff, the self-care stuff,
Mm-hmm.
even the social stuff. But we've been focused on the giver's perspective.
Mm.
What about the student receiving these gifts? What might it tell them?
Imagine you're that student, unpacking this box of carefully chosen gifts. Each item is a reminder that someone cares, that someone understands your struggles.
That's a great point.
It can be really powerful, especially when you're feeling alone or doubtful.
Yeah, like a physical reminder of support.
Right.
It goes beyond the actual gifts,
Exactly.
It's the thought behind it, the intention.
It's about recognizing their experiences.
So the gift becomes a symbol of the relationship itself.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
It's like saying, I see you, I hear you, I'm here for you.
Even if you're far away,
Exactly.
it shows the power of giving gifts thoughtfully, with empathy.
We've talked about a lot today, from cat memes to the psychology of gift giving. But I'm curious, what about the ethical side of all this? Tailoring gifts to someone's needs. Is there a line we shouldn't cross?
That's a really good question. It's important to make sure our gifts, even if they're well-intentioned, don't end up pressuring the person.
Right.
Like if a student is struggling with their mental health, giving them a self-help book might not be the best idea.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
It might feel intrusive, even dismissive.
So it's about finding a balance,
Yeah,
right?
it's hard.
Being supportive, but respecting their choices.
Absolutely.
We want to help them, not add to their stress.
The key is to be sensitive and open to communication. Instead of assuming, we could just ask, what would make you feel supported?
Yeah, that's a great point.
It shifts the focus to their actual needs.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the most important thing for our listeners to remember?
I think it's this. When giving gifts to students, it's not just about the gift itself,
Yeah,
It's about understanding their world, their stress, what they're going through, and showing them you support them.
right.
Like you said, it's about creating a connection.
Exactly. And sometimes that connection starts with something small, like that funny cat hoodie. And it can lead to so much more.
Yeah, it's amazing how a simple thing can spark these deep conversations.
Totally. It's like peeling back the layers of something.
Yeah.
And you find all these unexpected things underneath.
Exactly.
So for anyone out there trying to find the perfect gift for a student in their life, remember, it's not about finding the most expensive thing.
Right.
It's about finding something meaningful, something that shows you get them.
Yeah.
And sometimes the most meaningful gifts aren't even things you can buy.
Cool.
It's about those little gestures, like a handwritten note or a phone call just to check
Those are
in.
the things that really matter.
Exactly. It's about showing you care.
We've shared a lot today,
Yeah.
but we'd love to hear from you, our listeners.
Yeah, tell us about the most meaningful gifts you've given or received.
What gestures have really made a difference for you?
Let's keep this conversation going
And learn from each other's experiences.
because, as we've learned today, giving gifts is all about exploration and connection.
Yeah, and there's always something new to learn.
Until next time, everyone.
Happy gifting!